say? Get me out! There are not enough McDonald's in here to form a barbershop quartet! Good fellow, free me of this painful confinement.
Goodbye, Mackenzie. So long, dear Willie.
Bless you, Bob. I couldn't stand another note.
I don't believe it. You're William Lyon Mackenzie King. This is a joke, right?
No, I assure you, my good man, this is no joke. Listen carefully. We have no time to lose. Bob, you must take me to Woodside.
Why Woodside?
Trust me, I have my reasons. I'll certainly make it worth your while. You know what they say, money talks. I can't see a thing down here. I implore you, free me from this restrictive device.
Seatbelts may not have been mandatory in your day.
Oh, look at me. I'm made out of paper. Now, what could happen?
You've got a point.
Oh, the indignity of it all. Wait, that's me sitting on the lawn. That's the high school I attended as a youth. What a wonderful tribute. Oh, I'm so touched.
Does this one talk as well?
Get a hold of yourself, Bob. How could a statue talk? Really, Robert.
So, what's so special about this place, Woodside?
What's so special about Woodside, you say? Well, my boy, when I was 11 years old, Woodside became my home. My family and I lived there for 7 glorious years. Those years were the most memorable of my life. It was simply perfect. Remarkable. Splendid. Bob, turn here into the library, will you? Oh, it's just how I remember it.
Wow. It's a nice place.
First rate.
Your family must have been part of the upper crust.
Rich? My mother and father? Oh, no, my parents were never rich. But make no mistake about it, they always made sure that they appeared well off. As important members of Berlin society, they entertained extensively, exposing us to influential people and contemporary ideas even when we were very young. My dear mother, Isabel Grace Mackenzie King, would no doubt be tickled pink that almost a century after her death in 1917, she is immortalized at tea in her former home, which is presently a National Historic Site commemorating me. Ah, oh, that's rich. So you see, Bob, that's why my parents rented Woodside. It was a gentleman's home, a type of home my father was expected to live in, being a prominent lawyer in Berlin. And it was big enough to be a cherished home for them, myself, my sisters Bella and Jenny, my brother Max, and for visiting relatives. Our years at Woodside left the most loving and lasting of all impressions upon me. And it is in here, in this wonderful, cozy library, where most of our family life revolved. How we loved the many fine books that for hours on end set free our imaginations to distant lands and different ways of thought. I remember many evenings of lively discussions and debates about current issues in the newspaper. My parents encouraged us all to form our own opinions and to stand up for what we believed in. They served as an effective training ground, preparing me for the battles I ultimately would face in Parliament. Let me confide in you, Robert. Being the longest-serving Prime Minister in British Commonwealth history did wear on me so.
You do sound tired, Willie. I'll bet this brings you back.
Lay me down on my pillow, will you, Bob? In many ways, living at Woodside and enjoying all its privileges, I was somewhat unaware of the plight of many Canadians. But as my grandfather did before me, and guided by my father, who always encouraged us to seek to do good and make the world beyond Berlin a better place, I ended up making some impressive changes to Canadian social policies of my own. I brought in unemployment insurance in 1940, extended old age pensions, and in July of 1945, I made sure that baby bonuses were being paid to all families with children.
Nicely done, my friend.
Thank you, Bob. I'm extremely proud that Canada today provides the citizens a better quality of life than it did prior to my 21 years as Prime Minister.
Try to get some rest, Willie.
It was so easy to be lost in one's thoughts at Woodside. What with its wonderful flower gardens, beautiful orchards, and peaceful rolling hills.
Willie? 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 Where are you? Willie? Where are you? Willie! Willie! There you are.
How did I end up in the kitchen? Oh, I must have drifted off. You brought me here, didn't you? If you breathe in deeply, Bob, you can almost smell the rich aromas that came from our old wood stove. We children were all expected to help out in the kitchen and perform other household and groundskeeping chores. And by the time I was 14, and being the eldest boy, I assumed more and more family responsibilities, such as attending to some of my father's business affairs.
Wow. I wouldn't trust my son with my bank card.
We were all very well informed and desperately wanted to grow up to be respected people and important citizens.
Which you were.
We all were. It's time to go, Bob. My family left Woodside in 1893, but this childhood home of mine always remained close to my heart. Whenever I felt alone and unsure in turbulent times as Prime Minister, I always had a sense that those I loved here, who had left this earth, were around me, giving me guidance and comfort. In 1947, I returned to Woodside to find it a shell of its former glory. Oh, I was greatly saddened seeing the home where I had experienced such warm family love reduced to an eyesore. In the subsequent years, Woodside was slated for demolition to make way for a housing development. But thankfully, through support from Liberals and Conservatives alike, my childhood home was saved. With much effort, it was faithfully reconstructed and eventually became a National Historic Site, which I had never seen fully completed until now, as I died in 1950. Well, that's my reason, Bob, for wanting to come to Woodside so desperately today. Now, old friend, I must leave you. I owe you a great debt for taking me here.
No way. It's people like me and millions of other Canadians who owe you. You were a good man, Willie. And it has been a pleasure getting to know you better.
You're too kind. As a small token of my appreciation, Bob, feel free to spend me on whatever you please. With my blessing, goodbye, Bob.
Goodbye, Mr. Prime Minister.
In many ways, my dreams as a young man were fulfilled. And at the end of my life, I desired to leave the people of Canada the homes that meant the most to me. Kingsmere, Laurier House, and my beloved Woodside.
Hello, Mackenzie. Hello, dear Willie. You're one of us, dear friend.